Hi, how are you? Glad you're here. Glad you clicked on the video. I am going to talk today about healing the past and basically releasing the past so that you can move forward and enjoy your current life. So, all of your past made you who you are today, and there are some things about your past that can cause you to be really happy and really thankful. So, when you smell something, or you see something, or you go to a place that sends you a memory, and it's a really good, joyful, pleasant memory, then you should be grateful for it, and you should just kind of soak it up and just enjoy it. And those are the best of our memories, and we're really sometimes they'll bring us to tears because they're such about people that we miss, maybe somebody passed away. But the best thing to do is just enjoy that. Like in your present, enjoy a good reminiscing basically about something that was good, that was beneficial, something that you got to enjoy. So take that as a blessing, soak it up, realize, be thankful for everything else in it, the time that you had together and things like that. And then the other type of memory we might have is a trigger, or just we might be reminiscing or be in a spot that gave us a bad memory. So we want to process that as well, but we want to make sure that we process it so that we're not living in it because we can become, without even realizing it, we can become at a place where we're living in two worlds. We're living in our past and we're living in our present. So we want to just take a hold of this when it comes. So when this thought comes, you don't want to keep ruminating over it and making it feel some sort of way when we're not even in the moment with the present people that we're with right now. And there's a time when you have like a death in the family, or something like that, where you're going to be basically in the past, reminiscing. It's going to go on for months, or any other trauma that might happen, or healing, accidents, things like that, where you will actually live that way. You'll live like why it has happened. And that's a real natural process thing, like a divorce or something like that. It can take you months or maybe even a couple of years to process. That's a healthy amount of time for divorce is about 2 years. Once you get like over processing a divorce for 2 years, there's something you're not processing properly. Back evaluate that. So, and the same with death. They say it's generally around 2 years. Like people shouldn't tell you how long to process something, but it shouldn't bring you to a place where you're stagnant in that processing and at the same place, not moving forward. After a couple of years, you're still saying or thinking the same thought about whatever it is that happened. So when you are done processing and you're going along with day-to-day life and you have a remembrance or you reminisce or a trigger and this comes to you and it makes you almost feel like your heart stops. This is more of a trigger and this is something that you can get rid of it by accepting what happened and realizing that what you did at the time or the people who were involved in it did at the time, they did what they did because it's what they had at the time to deal with. So people are responding to their circumstances and you don't know all of their circumstances. And you can remember yourself in that way and say, okay, just have compassion for yourself. People are involved, even if it's a very negative, hateful crime that was done against you, it's best to say, okay, look at it from a place where you are today with the knowledge that you have today, processing it as if you can accept the fact that people did what they did because of the place that they were in. Even if you don't understand the place they were in, you can understand that the place they were in, don't understand why they were in that place. And just being okay with not understanding where other people were coming from, what their perspective was, and how they can do a certain thing or behave in a certain way, which is causing you to have a trigger. It's okay if you don't understand. Just just admit, I don't understand this. This happened. This was negative. It really affected me poorly. And here I am reminiscing about it, or I get a trigger about it. So what do I do with it? What you're going to do is you're going to imagine your past as like how your grandmother has this chest up in the attic. So how do you get to it? You got to climb the stairs. Maybe there's a door or a trap door in the ceiling or something. So you get up there and now you don't even know where this chest is because there's boxes everywhere. So finally you find this chest like buried underneath a whole bunch of boxes and other things. And then you get to it and it needs a key to unlock. So now you have to unlock this chest. That's really where you want to put these triggers. You want to put them so packed away, so compartmentalized that it's in a compartment you cannot get to unless you work hard to get to it. So you do that by literally processing it and telling yourself that you did the best you could and the people who were involved did the best they could at the time. And so at this point, what you need to do is focus on your present moment and look forward to your future, using the past as, like they say, your stepping stone to get you where you were today. So if you imagine that it's going to take you all day to get to these memories, when they come, you're going to tell yourself that. Like you pack that away, you process that, make a note of it. I process this memory. I'm not bringing it back. I'm not going up to the attic and pulling out this trunk or chest and unburying things. I'm not doing it. It's gone. It's done. And so if you can actually put it that far away from you, but you'll have to do this and it'll take you weeks, it could take you months to take these past memories and triggers and put them where they need to go in the past, locked away behind the trunk, right? So you want to lock and key your triggers, okay? And the ones that are good that come from spells and things like this, you want to remember that for a second. Soak them up and be grateful for them. Then be grateful how they affected you today. And even those old triggers and bad things that happened, maybe heinous things that happened to you, those things actually made you who you are today too. So you might put a tad bit of gratefulness in if you can, or get to that point when you can. But either way, tell yourself you responded to this in the past, but that means you do have to do the work, spend a little time with it, realizing things happened because they happened because of circumstances in the past, which nobody can go back to and do anything about at this point. It's done. So the best thing to do is to pack it far away. And I hope that's helpful. And like I said, give yourself grace and compassion because these can take weeks. And if it's a heinous kind of thing to happen to you, it could take years. But the best thing to do is to not live as if you're in two worlds or three worlds, it's your past, your present, and your future. You really need to put the past away, lock and key. Okay. I hope you have a really great day. Thank you so much.